Hello guys, my name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader, and welcome back to the channel. With the recent release of The Rise of Skywalker, there's so much material to explore. One such piece is that of Exegol, the new planet featured in the movie. In this video, I'll be talking about what Exegol is and why it's so important in the movie and its history we know thus far. Warning, this may contain potential spoilers, you've been warned. At the height of the Empire, Palpatine knew it could all go crashing down, that something could go wrong. He had an immense invested interest in seeking out and finding Sith artifacts in history to find knowledge and extended power. He had so-called observatories in place in a series across the galaxy, namely one in the desert planet Jakku. These structures we now know were part of the Emperor's contingency plan that would end the Empire in case of his death. But with so much work to get to where he was, he could not afford the return of the Jedi and the extinction of the Sith, which is why he worked to seek such powers that could extend his life. It was in these observatories that contained maps of the unknown regions of the galaxy, such as in Jakku's. These were planets in a blanket that were not mapped in star charts and for the most part undiscovered or explored officially. Not only did this give potential for undiscovered secrets that Palpatine could get his hands on, but it would mean a perfect hiding place for Imperial sympathizers of Palpatine or Palpatine himself if he was to return or escape. In the original expanded universe material, Grand Admiral Thrawn of the Empire came from the unknown regions and was the head of matters that concerned it for Palpatine. The unknown regions was a place of great mystery and tales, and it was a place of black holes, gravity wells, solar storms, and dangerous creatures, all reasons for its lack of exploration. During the Battle of Jakku, the observatory on the planet had a route safely mapped out on its computers that allowed to journey through the region through a series of shortened hyperspace jumps, which took months. Sometime after the Battle of Endor, the Empire would escape through hyperspace to the unknown regions, but Palpatine himself had been betrayed, something he had anticipated as a possibility to happen. But wasn't Palpatine dead? Allegedly, it's believed he travelled through a wormhole to the unknown regions, sometime during his alleged death on the Death Star 2 over Endor, although this has not been confirmed. It's at this time that he would put his dark side powers to the test, and all of his learned discoveries. It's in the unknown regions that as a shell of a body, he travelled to Exegol. Exegol was an ancient Sith planet, with a deep root in the dark side of the Force, and very much so shrouded in history in the unknown regions, and was a planet that both the Jedi and any other knowledgeable of it believed to be a dead planet, although it was for the most part unknown by many. Palpatine was dead, but as he said, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. Palpatine used the dark side of the Force to stay alive, and as he claims, his body was infested by the many generations of the previous 1,000 years of Sith, which granted him further power, allowing him to live on in a twisted state through dark side magic. Exegol was home to an ancient Sith structure, a square temple or tomb that had deep roots within the dark side. It was here that Palpatine would discover new secrets, although it's not yet known specifically what some of these were or which Sith may have laid to rest there. Palpatine utilised a kind of machine to help him stay alive along with the Force. It's also unknown how this aided him, although perhaps some kind of dark side infused liquid or magic could course through his veins to keep his body alive. But it is clear that Palpatine in his deathly state further damaged his body in his death, and also through the use of this dark side magic in his way to cheat death. This is an interesting sentiment, as perhaps all along he knew how to cheat death, as claimed in his Darth Plagueis story to Anakin, choosing perhaps to not show Anakin, although I personally believe it is in the years leading to his death that he learned this in the unknown regions. On Exegol in his hiding, he would influence the creation of a brand new fleet of Star Destroyers and an initiative collective called the Final Order. This was a mega fleet very much so mirroring such events within the Knights of the Republic game's lore. The remaining Empire forces and new so-called Sith troopers were new infantry in place within this force, and each of these Star Destroyers had the immense power of the Death Star, each having the solo capability to destroy whole planets upon blast. On the planet, this fleet was housed in secret, being unearthed from the ice by Palpatine, waiting for him to give the go-ahead upon its completion to defeat the rebellion and through his own manipulations, attempt to end the Jedi a second time over. Upon Exegol, we learn that Palpatine, through the use of the dark side, tempts Ben Solo through the Force by emplacing fake Force echoes through the voice of Darth Vader, his grandfather, in his mind. It's also Sheev Palpatine himself, the Emperor, who created Supreme Leader Snoke as almost a puppet to bring the First Order and Empire out of hiding and form the first steps to enact his contingency plan. We can see this when Palpatine changes his voice using the dark side via echoes to the now Kylo Ren, previously Ben Solo, when he ventures to Exegol through these voices to discover Palpatine. Palpatine's plan was to use a sense of essence transfer in death, similar to the comics, that would allow him, like the Sith that did so to himself upon his death, to inhabit Rey's body. However, something very different happens as the bond between Ben and Rey creates a strange balance in the Force, which actually strengthens Palpatine, allowing him to then gain power from draining their life force through his dark side powers. It's clear from the information we currently have that Exegol is a planet with immense dark side power in history, and I'm sure through the expanded material confirmed for the next year in 2020, we will learn more about Palpatine's journey after episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and learn more about the sheer magnitude of the planet's power. This is currently all of the information we have on Exegol, as told from Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. However, in March 2020, it's confirmed there will be expanded material telling of Palpatine's survival and the events after Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, so perhaps we will learn more information on Exegol then. Please feel free to leave your opinions on Episode 9 below and any theories you have about the ancient Sith planet of Exegol. If you loved or hated the movie, let me know about your personal opinion in the comments below. I always read each and every one, and I love to reply and have a discussion with Star Wars fans in the comment section. Let me know about any theories you have about the movie or your favourite or worst parts. If you, like myself, feel many of the plot holes need answering, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I'll be making a whole series of videos going deeper into explaining everything unanswered and the backstory behind many of your favourite characters and events in The Rise of Skywalker. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.